Westmoreland Community Connections is a presentation of Citizens Fiber.
Welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. Here now is your host, Jennifer Miele, Chief Communications Officer and Managing Director of Evangelization of the Diocese of Greensburg.
Welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele. Very happy to be here today with a young entrepreneur who is very committed to mental health awareness. Her name is Reagan Hockman, and she owns Array of Creations in partnership with her sister, and they are making custom clothing available to individuals who share their need to really prioritize mental health. So Reagan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so let's start with you. Let's talk about where you grew up and where these ideas and these expressions come from. So tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, of course. So hello everyone, my name is Reagan. I'm from Penn Trafford, which is out in Westmoreland County, kind of by Monroeville, PA. But yeah, I'm 21 this year, and my sister is in her 20s as well. She's 26. Her name's Sydney. We've always been super close. We never really, once she moved out, seen each other a lot, because obviously she was living in a different household. So we wanted to do something together, and we didn't even know this would be what we would be doing together. So in 2019, I actually got extensive knee surgery, which is right when I graduated high school. So I'm supposed to be going to college. It's supposed to be the best years of my life, the best 4 years college. I got into Penn State. I was ready to go, and then my doctor's like, you cannot wait any longer. You need to get your knee done. So 3 surgeries later, my friends are all at college. I'm, struggling a little bit because I don't have any of my friends at home. There's no one, my sister's there, but you need your friends. You need them, to pick you up and keep you going, motivated. So physical therapy, all that. My sister ended up getting married in 2019 as well to her lovely husband, and we got a Cricut, which if you don't know what a Cricut is, it is a vinyl cutter. And we started making things for her wedding, and it kept me super busy through the time I was going through. So it kind of kept my head out of overthinking everything and being sad and upset. And
so you guys said, hey, we're good at this.
Yeah.
We like this, and we think we can make this an entire platform. So, how do you guys sit down and say, we're going to start a business and we're going to spread awareness about mental health? How did that conversation come about?
So, before the pandemic struck in 2020, we were just making Starbucks cups. So Starbucks cups with personalized anything on it. And then once the pandemic hit and we were all in our houses again and people were struggling and so were we were like, we want to make something that, has meaning, that people can show we're all in this together. We're struggling a little bit, but we're going to get through it. So we thought, mental health is a big thing right now, especially in people of my age, younger generations. It's a problem, and people don't really take it seriously as much as they should, I think. It's kind of scary, actually, how people don't take it as seriously as they should. It's not just overthinking, it's mental health, and mental health is health, just like anything else. So you need to take it as serious as possible.
Do you think it was the major issues were isolation, fear of the virus, lack of social interaction, lack of community and faith support? All those were big issues for people of all ages, but particularly the young who are used to being out together, right?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and it's kind of weird because, the year before that, I was stuck inside. So I was like, wow, all these people outside getting to do what they want, and I'm in here on this stupid machine.
You experienced a whole other year of isolation.
Yeah,
on top of the COVID-19 pandemic with the surgery and the recovery and pretty big surgery.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I actually had 3 surgeries, and then my second one was my big one, and that put me out for 4 months, and you had to be on a machine for 8 hours a day, so plus physical therapy in the morning. So doing online school and watching my friends have fun and being inside was really hard.
So out of that pain came purpose. So describe for us the kind of clothing and the kind of imagery and wording on the clothing? Give us some examples of that.
Yeah, so most of what we sell are crew necks, so crew neck sweatshirts. Those seem to be really popular and people like those. That's what's in style right now. So mixing what's in style with what we can spread awareness with. On the back, well, on the front of some of our shirts, our most popular is a mental health is health on the front. And then on the back, it says 1-800-YOU-ARE-ENOUGH. On the back, big and bold, so everyone can see it when you wear it. And we have another one that says overthinker on the front. And then on the back, it says your anxiety is lying to you. Yep.
Very powerful. How'd you come up with that stuff?
So honestly, like, this is crazy, but me and my sister go on Pinterest. We look up a bunch of different quotes and just see what we like and spurt things out from there and just draw on our iPads and kind of like just create, like, and it just eventually comes out to be. It's insane, but it does.
And we're going to talk about your commitment to mental health and community a little more in just a moment, but you know, you are using new media to spread these messages. Tell us about your relationship with influencers and what that does.
Yeah, so TikTok is super big right now, and so is Instagram. Instagram's a big platform that a lot of young creators as my age and, you know, older, younger, they're using, you know, to build little shops, keep themselves busy. But TikTok is really, you know, it skyrocketed, especially during the pandemic because everyone was at home. And if you don't know what TikTok is, it's a platform where you make like, well, now they have 3-minute videos, but really it was like 30-second videos, and you fit as much as you can in that video. So there's actually a girl in our area. Her name's Kennedy Urich. She's super cool, and she is actually an influencer on TikTok. She is a great influencer for literally so many reasons. But what I like about her is she doesn't, prefer my language, screw anyone over. She actually reviews the products that you send to her, which a lot of influencers you have to watch because they will ask for it and then they never post it. So she's a really good person. I believe she lives out in, I think, Lancaster, PA.
And this is someone, in terms of an influencer, this is someone who has a lot of followers, who has a great message, and you basically send her your product and she gets it out there to people.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she has over 1 million followers on TikTok. So 1 million people watch her every day. And she'll review your products, and she loves small businesses. She really stands for small businesses, which is super great that she's using her platform for good.
And then the mental health aspect comes into play, right? So you're reaching more people by doing that. So what happened when you started hooking up with these influencers? What did that do to business?
It skyrocketed. So it literally is insane how people, you know, watch other people and they're influenced by them. That's why they're called influencers. I mean, the name's right there. People are influenced by these people to do whatever they say or believe what they believe and truly, you know, take advice from them and put it in their everyday life. So it's important if she's talking about mental health that really gets, you know, it gets it out there, which is super important.
Very important. And also your style, I think your personal style comes across on the Instagram page. You're doing all that promotion yourself, right? Like, you are the marketing department. You are the production department, correct?
Yeah, so it's just me and my sisters. So all the content you see on our page, unless if it's our girls or boys that, you know, buy our stuff and take pictures, it's really all of us saying, hey, can you take this picture for me? Like, our friends and family, we give them a shirt and we're like, please take this picture, we need more content. And it's a 2-woman show, really. Woman owned. I mean, it's just us. We have a little office in our house and we go from there.
How do people find you? So people at home listening right now who are interested in Array of Creation, how do they find you?
So we're on Facebook, Instagram, and you can find us at Array of Creation. It's ARRAE of Creation. On Instagram is where we're most active. And yeah, you just send us a DM if you see anything you like. We also do custom orders as well. So if you have anything you have an idea of, if you want to be creative, we can also put that on any piece of clothing.
So it's REA, like Ray of Creation because of Reagan. That's your first name.
Yeah, it's RAE.
Okay, RAE, right, RAE. That's creative too. So you came up with that as well?
Yeah, yep, just because it goes with our name. And my middle name, my middle name, my sister's middle name is Rochelle. So we both have Ray in our names, so that kind of is where we put that together.
Very nice, very good. I'm speaking with Reagan Hockman, and she is one of the co-founders of Array of Creation. It's a small business that is creating clothing to promote mental health awareness. You're listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele, and we'll be right back.
This is Westmoreland Community Connections on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. If you have a suggestion for a topic, or if your nonprofit organization would like to be featured on this program, call us during regular business hours at 724-216-1200.
Westmoreland Community Connections is a presentation of Citizens Fiber.
Welcome back to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele. Very happy to be here today with a wonderful young entrepreneur who is committed to raising awareness for mental health in her community and beyond. I'm speaking with Reagan Hockman, and she is one of the co-founders of Array of Creation. You can find them on both Instagram and Facebook. They're selling clothing and apparel that promotes mental health awareness. Reagan, you were telling our audience earlier today that you were facing isolation far before the pandemic. You had a major knee surgery in your senior year of high school. As soon as you start to get better, the pandemic hits, so now you're isolated again for another year. Your sister decides to get married. You buy a Cricut, is that right? And
yeah.
The Cricut is what kind of brings out this creative talent in you, right?
Yeah.
What kind of things were you making for the wedding when you started to realize, hey, I love this?
Oh my goodness. Everything from the sign you walk in and you see your name where to see to, the altar, like literally everything. So.
And you guys started talking and saying, I think we can make a difference here. What has the outreach done for people? Have people said, wow, this is really wonderful, this has made an impact, I want to wear this, I want to be a part of this movement?
No, yeah, totally. It was, a long time coming. I feel like we really lifted off the pandemic because we started making homemade masks. My sister and we would sew the masks and make them for different hair salons because my aunt owns a hair salon, and different companies around, our family companies and stuff, just to spread the word. We'd make them masks with their logos on them just so everyone was safe. And from there we started making shirts, and that's where it really lifted off.
That's where it took off for sure. And so when you see someone who orders the clothing and you see them post on Instagram or Facebook, how does that make you feel?
Oh my goodness. There's no other feeling like it. It is so cool to see what you made and you created and drew on your iPad in Harrison City, PA, and see it all the way in California when someone's enjoying it, wearing it at Disneyland. You would never think that would ever happen in your lifetime, but it is, and they love it. They can't get enough.
You're also very community-minded, and one of the things that I wanted to highlight is your search for a partner, because you are donating a portion of your sales to mental health awareness, and you kind of wanted to get that message out to see if people had some ideas for you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're all about taking ideas and putting them out there. We want more community. We want more mental health awareness. So if there's anyone out there that has an organization or anything that has to do with mental health, or even really not with mental health, but you're looking for someone, we would love to donate and get really our name out in the community and just help any way we can.
Yeah, that's really important. You do have some plans this winter as well to help the homeless population. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we want to go around Pittsburgh in, November, kind of October before winter hits, and kind of give out some hoodies and some gloves and hats. So we're going to be taking donations for gloves and hats soon. So probably more like October, November, in there. Yeah.
I think that's really important, because a lot of mental health struggles spill into underserved populations, right? People who can't get access to
No,
mental health.
100%. Yeah.
And I'm sure that's one of the issues that you probably faced during the pandemic and beyond, right? Where do I go for help? Who can I turn to?
Yeah, it's hard. Everything was closed, so.
Yeah, it's really important to do that. So next phase of Array of Creation, you're doing the hats, you're doing the crew necks that you talk about. Do you have big plans to launch anything else?
Oh boy. Yeah, we're coming out with a Halloween, actually, themed mental health kind of, apparel, which will be exciting because I think you should have a shirt for every season.
Absolutely.
That is supporting something. So, yeah, we're excited for, fall and October, and that's definitely our winter months with the holidays. So we can't wait.
That's great. So once you come out with that holiday apparel, you think you'll continue it from holiday to holiday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Holidays can also be a struggle for some people, don't you
Oh,
think?
yeah. Yep. 100%. It can be hard for anyone if you've lost a loved one, if, you don't really have a holiday to go to or something like that. So we just want to, you can join our family. We have a great family and following on Instagram, and we, shout you out, and we love to repost your stuff, and we want you to feel wanted. That's what we want, and you are wanted. So we want you to feel at home and welcome and, just a big, little community.
Now, you guys both do this on top of your day job. So obviously, you're not in this necessarily for the money. You're in this to make sure that you're spreading awareness. What else do you do? You and your sister both have full-time jobs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm actually a lash artist and makeup artist in Murraysville at Makeup Design Studio. And my sister is a pediatric dental hygienist during the day. So yeah, it's just an amazing opportunity to get to spend time with my sister, build our bond as much as helping others in the community, and obviously throughout the world, really. We ship internationally, so it's crazy that when you get a message from Australia and you're like, how'd you hear about us, here in Pennsylvania? So it's crazy.
So you are just so dynamic. You are a lash artist. You have this wonderful clothing line that promotes mental health, but you are also an actress and a singer. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness. So I've been singing, dancing, acting since I was in 3rd grade. I went to Penn Trafford High School, and their program there is absolutely amazing. If you ever get a chance, totally go ahead over and see one of their shows, because their production team just cares so much about the arts. But that's really what got me into it. Before my surgery, that's what I was going to school for. I was going for musical theater. But then the pandemic hit, and I also obviously got, knee surgery. It was a little hard to, go through with that. You need stability in your life, and you need to think about your future. So what put me back already, I didn't want to, struggle. So I took my life in my hands and was like, here's your options. So I did that, and I also, could figure to do something creative as well. But yeah, I do theater all around the community. I love doing community theater. I still do theater to this day. I think it's just so fun to go and, create art with other people.
You have some big news for us, though, about a new production.
Yeah, so I actually got cast in Little Shop of Horrors in Elizabeth. It's going to be the first weekend and the second weekend of October, and I'll be playing Audrey. So that's at Mon River Arts in Elizabeth.
Awesome. So I assume they have a website you can jump on.
Yeah, they have a Facebook, they have an Instagram, they have it all.
So you can jump on and buy those tickets. That's really exciting. So this is not an area that you typically perform in, though, right? You're more Central or Westmoreland County.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a different area. So when you were going down for the auditions, were you a little nervous?
I was.
Shaking off the dust a little bit and getting in there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
I haven't auditioned for a show in probably 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I was nervous. I was like, I don't know what to expect. Plus, I've never auditioned at this theater before. So I really was just kind of like, well.
Yeah, you weren't an insider, right? You
Yeah.
didn't have that going for you, though.
Yeah, so it was fun, though. I met a lot of great people, and I'm excited to get started.
Did you meet your castmates yet?
We have not. I have not met any of them yet.
So you're looking forward to doing all
Yeah,
that?
I'm so anxious to see. I'm excited.
So it's pretty quick, right? I mean, the turnaround's pretty quick.
Yeah, so we start in mid-August, so this month, and then we will, October. So yeah, it's pretty quick.
Do you believe it? That's crazy. That's going to be a wonderful production. And it's just another expression of your creativity that you can put out there, and I hope we get to see lots of pictures online.
No, yeah, totally. I will post all of the pictures. I love posting. So.
Did you know it was going to be Little Shop of Horrors when you went to when you went to audition?
Yes, I did. So I love that show. They usually don't do it, around here too often. So I was like, I got nothing to lose. Why not go and audition? So I did, and I got lucky, and I'm very, very grateful and excited.
So you're going to somehow work that in to your day job, your night job, and your social life as well, because you're very, very busy young lady, but it seems like you have all the energy that it takes to maintain that schedule.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I love being busy. I don't think I've been home for dinner in I couldn't even remember how long.
That's great.
Yeah.
But you have to be business savvy, no doubt about it, because you're taking credit cards, you're taking orders, you're shipping orders. So who figured out all the logistics on all of that?
Oh, that's my sister's doing. I am most definitely, let's make it look good. She is most definitely the brains behind it all. She does all the numbers, because it could not be me.
So
She's the girl.
She did a great job on all that, as did you, for sure. So you guys work as a team. What's your family's reaction to all this? What do they think?
Well, at first they were like, oh, this is cute. I like that you guys are getting along, first of all, and doing something that you both like. But now that it's, expanded into something that's crazy, they're like, oh, which job are you going today? Recreation, or are you going to, the studio? They ask which job they consider it a job, because it is.
It is.
So,
most certainly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And what started out as a passion has become a huge movement. And I think it's an underserved movement as well, which is really important. Do you think people your age are hesitant to talk about mental health?
Yeah, I think they are. Actually, I think it's more of the older generation more than the younger generation.
So you think you're a little bit more free, you speak more freely about it. You don't consider it as much of a stigma as the older population.
Yeah, I feel like the older population kind of thinks of it as, stop thinking too much, or calm down, you're fine. Sometimes you can't, it's just something that's happening and you can't, understand what's going on. So, get help. It's not a bad thing to get help. It's never a bad thing to talk to someone. There's people to talk to, and there's people for that. And I believe you should get help. It's important.
Also, by you spreading awareness and people actually wearing it, right? Wearing it. There's a sort of subliminal, or maybe not even subliminal, there is an in-your-face message there that says, I'm willing to wear this because I want you to see that I care about mental health. I think that's really important. It's symbolism and significant symbolism in the younger generation. When you see that, a lot needs to change. So maybe one of the positives of coming out of the pandemic is that people are more willing to talk about their mental health. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, and that's really all in all why we call the collection Normalize, because we're trying to normalize mental health. And, I think it should be normalized. Just like if you're going to the doctor for a cold, you should be able to go to the doctor to, you're not feeling right. So you got to do something about it.
I always say that, mental health isn't like someone with a broken leg that you can actually see that they're in pain. It's, it's invisible at times to people. So your clothing, I think, is making it more visible. When you do custom orders, what kind of custom orders have you worked on?
Oh my goodness, we do bulk orders for different companies around. We've done a bulk order, a bunch of construction shirts for Whitney Construction. They're located in Pittsburgh. We've done bulk mask orders for a bunch of hair salons in the area. And we've done bulk orders for, bridal parties and, anything, all that fun stuff. Literally anything and anything.
Yeah. So that's probably more of the stuff that helps you pay the bills, right? Because there's a lot of overhead to all of what you're doing.
Yeah, but really our most popular is our mental health, our normalized collection.
Nice. And again, why don't you tell people at home who are listening how they can find your online store?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We are more active on Instagram, and that's where you can do your orders through. It's Array of Creation, ARRAE of Creation on Instagram.
And if they do jump on Instagram, they can follow you, they can see some of the clothing, they can shop, and they can buy right online, right?
Yeah, right there.
What's your lead time?
It is 2 to 3 weeks, but if we're in the office, we can honestly ship it the next day. It just really depends because we are a small business, so, we kind of run our schedule and when we can, but we never take longer than 3 weeks.
Interesting. So you and your sister work together well. She was a source of support for you during your surgery and also during the pandemic. Did you sort of co-quarantine together?
Oh yeah, we were together all day, every day. It was interesting, but we did it. We were so used to being moved out from each other, and then we kind of moved in with her because our office is in our house. She's very nice to be able to use one of the extra rooms in her home. So yeah, I'm over there all the time. They consider me just living at their house.
Do you think that your future would be running that business full time?
I would hope. I would like it to, I don't know, I love to work. I'm a girl, I love to hustle. So I would love for it to become, something that we do all the time and never go away because I love doing it and I love being creative. So I hope it stays around for a good while.
That's awesome. So I'm talking to Reagan Hockman, and she is a co-founder of Array of Creation, which is a clothing line produced locally in Westmoreland County that promotes mental health awareness. And it becomes even more significant in a post-pandemic world where so many people are struggling not only to find services, but also just to identify and understand the impact of mental health. And I think you're doing wonderful deeds here. You should be very proud of yourself. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. You said the October line, the holiday lines are coming out, so people need to jump on and check those out.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I appreciate everyone listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele, and I look forward to talking with you next time.
This has been Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings in and around Westmoreland County. Join us again next week on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB.
Westmoreland Community Connections is a presentation of Citizens Fiber.